You're welcome to FUNNYMATH page. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about how to write numbers, in standard form. The numbers in standard form are generally written as, a times 10 exponent n. So that's the general form. This is just a simple, definition. So the a here, comprised of numbers from 1 to 9. So a has numbers from 1 to 9. Anything more than this, it's not a. That's what you have to know. Now, this n here stands for integers. So integers, you know that integers, they are positive and negative, numbers, whole numbers. So the n here can be positive, it can be negative as well. So you have to know that. Now we multiply by a power of 10 because of something, and you're going to know that right now. So before we answer the questions, we have to know this general form. You have to know. Now we are multiplying by 10 because of, a certain reason, and I'm going to explain that one. Now let's take this number for instance. Let's take 945. You're going to write this number in standard form, and let's see what happens. Now, this 945, you should know that it has a decimal point here. We have 0.0 that we don't, write. So that means we have a point here. And this point plays an important role. Now, if I shift the point from here to here, our new number is going to be 94.5. That is what you have to know. And it has changed the number, right? Now, if I'm to shift it once again to here, I'll be getting 9.45. So I've changed the number. And this 9.45, it falls within this range. So that means, getting the A is all about moving, the decimal point in such a way that it falls, we get a number which falls within this range 1 to 9. That is for the A. Now, the question is 9.45. Is it the same as 945? Because the original number was this, 945. This is not the same. That's a big, gap between them. They are not the same. So, writing numbers in standard form shouldn't change the original number. We still have to maintain the number. Even though they have been written, in a different form, we still have to maintain the actual number. So that is why we have a power of 10 here to maintain the number. So let's talk about, the power of 10 here. That will actually maintain the original number. So if you move from from right to left, so that is this direction. If you move from here to here, that means from right to left, the exponent is going to be positive. But if you move from, left to right, then the exponent is going to be negative. So this means that, the exponent that I'm going to get here is going to be, positive. And the number of times that we move also matters here. So here I move 2 times. 1, 2. So that means you're going to get a positive 2. If you move 3 times, you get a positive 3. So now I'm going to get 9.45 times 10 exponent, 2. And this number, 9.45 times 10 exponent 2 is the same as 945. They are the same. So even though I've changed, the format by which it was written, but still they are the same. So we have written this one in standard form, but we have not changed the original number. So that is what you have to know. So that is why we always have a power of 10. And if you want to know why, 9.45 times 10 exponent 2 is the same as 945, just multiply this one by this. And let's multiply it here. We have 9.45 times 10 exponent 2. You all know that 10 exponent 2 is 100. That is 10 by 10. And when you multiply, 100 by 9.45, you're going to get 945. So it is actually the same as the original number. So nothing has changed. That is how we write numbers in standard form. Now we have more examples here to answer. So let's shift down to answer the questions. And after that, we have some past questions from 2020 to 2026 that we are also going to answer. So that's the table with the questions or the numbers here. We're going to write all these numbers in standard form. So you see, these are numbers less than 1, and these are, decimals greater than 1, and whole numbers here. You have all the different kinds of numbers that you can, meet in any exam that, you set up for. Now, let's take the first one. Before we take the first one, we should know that these are numbers less than 1. And all numbers less than 1, they're going to get a negative exponent of 10. So that's what you have to know. And the reason is just simple. Because you are going to move, from the left to the right. And like I told you, as you move from left to right, we have a negative exponent. So now let's say something. Why are we even moving from left to right? That is just simple. Now, we want to move the decimal point in such a way that we get a number which is within 1 to 9. And like I told you, standard form or numbers in standard form are written as a times 10 exponent n, where the a are numbers from 1 to 9. So the decimal point will help us achieve this 1 to 9 range that we are talking about. Now, if we move the decimal point, in this direction, to this direction, it means we're even increasing the number of zeros, and that will not make us get, the range that we are looking for. So that is why we don't have to move to that, direction. So you have to move to this direction, and this is how it's going to be. So you're going to move the decimal point from here. Let's move. So 1, let me get it well. So you're going to get, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to land here, because when you land here, you'll be getting, 3.628. Yeah, and 3.628 is within the range 1 to 9. Now you should know that I didn't bring these zeros because they are not significant again. If you write, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 3.628, it's actually the same as, 3.628. The zeros here are not significant. Take note of that. So the new number is 3.628. Now, this number is not the same as the original one. So there should be a power of 10 here. So times 10 exponent what? Now we have to check the number of times that we moved. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since we moved to the right, it means we are going to get a negative exponent. So we have exponent -5. So that is the answer. So this one too, we have 0.06005. And we have to write it in standard form. We have, a very short, distance to move. You just have to move from here. So let's move. We have 1, 2. And we are going to get 6.005. That is it. So we just move 2 times. Now we have times 10 exponent -2 because we move 2 times. Let's move on to the next one. Here we are going to move just 1 time. So we move the decimal point from here to here so that we get 7.0 times 10. And how many times? 1 time. So it's going to be -1. So that is it. With this one, we can still write it like, we can decide to write it like, 7 times 10 is -1. They are the same. So 7.0 or 7 times 10 is -1. They are all the same. So that is how we write numbers which are less than 1 in standard form. Now let's take decimal fractions which are greater than 1. So let's analyze the number here. Remember, we have to get, a times 10 exponent, n, where a are numbers from 1 to 9. Now, as we speak, the number here, the whole number part, we have 4,897. This is very big, way beyond, 1 to 9. So you have to move the decimal point in such a way that it changes the number so that we get, the range that we are looking for. So the question is, are we supposed to move the decimal point, to this direction, the direction that I'm moving? That is very, false. If you move to that direction, it means you are even increasing the number. The number is going to be more than that. It will be too big. So you have to move to the left. So in this case, I'm going to move to the left. And remember, anytime we move to the left, we have a positive, exponent. So you're going to get, let's move, 1, 2, 3. So you're going to get 4.89704. Now times 10 exponent. Let's check the number of times that we move, and that's going to be 3. So you have exponent 3 here. That is it. Let's get the next one. So the same manner, we have to move to the to the left. So that's going to be 1. Let's move. 1, 2, 3. Same. So you have 6.745347 times 10 exponent 3. So that is how we can get that one too. And let's check the last one for this set. And here, obviously, we are going to move just 1 time. So that's going to be once here, and we put the point here. We have 2.5007 times 10 exponent 1. So that is it. That is how we can change these numbers, to standard form. Now let's take the whole numbers. Now with the whole numbers, like I illustrated in the first, example, I told you that we have a decimal point here that we don't write. So you have the 0.0 that we don't write. So the decimal point is always there for whole numbers, but they are invisible. So now this number is 9,473, and we want to get 1 to 9. We have to move the decimal point, to the left. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. So we have, 9.473 times 10, how many times? 3 times. Remember, we have moved to the left, so we have a positive exponent. Let's take this one too. So obviously, we are moving from here because we have the point 0 here. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 2.4, 5, 6, 2. Let me get my 2 well. 2, 3 times 10. Exponent how many times? 5 times. Let's check once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the answer. And the last one, we have 6. I mean, how do you write this one in standard form? You should remember this general form. A times 10 exponent n, where A are numbers from 1 to 9. So as you can see, this 6 is already within the range 1 to 9. So we can't change this 6. But how do we get the 10 exponent n? I mean, what are we going to do? And that is very, very simple. We are going to get 6 times 10 exponent 0. And the reason is that any number exponent 0 is 1. So 10 exponent 0 is 1. And 1 times 6 is the same as 6. So that is how we can write this one to in standard form. That's very, very tricky. Take note of that. Now let's see something here. We're going to change the following to ordinary numbers. So they are written, with the exponent, but they are not all of them are in standard form. For example, this one is not in standard form, and I hope you have seen the reason. I mean, 63.287. This is, way bigger than 1 to 9. The same thing applies to this, and out of that, there's only the first one which is in standard form. So we want to write these numbers in ordinary form or numbers. So what do we do? I mean, that's very, very simple. If you have a positive exponent, just move to the right. So it's just the opposite of what we just did. So that means this number is going to be 356, just like that. I mean, we have moved the decimal point 2 times to the right, and that's going to be 1, 2. So the point is going to be here, 0. But you can decide not to bring the 0. So that is why I just wrote 356. So that is it. Let's take this one too. We are going to move 4 times to the right because the exponent is 4. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case, we have an empty space here. We have to fill with 0. So that means our number is going to be 632,870. So that is it. Let's take the last but one, which we have a negative exponent. So this time we have a negative exponent. So we are going to move to the left. So that's going to be like this, 1, 2, 3. So the point will be here. Here we have to, maintain the point. And the empty space here should be filled with 0. So we're going to get 0.0745. That is it. That's very, very simple. Let's take this one too. We are going to move 5 times to the left. So that's going to be, let's move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the point will be here. So remember to fill the empty space with 0. So we're going to get, 0.004532. So that is it. So these are, the answers to the questions here. Now let's take the past questions from 2022 to 2026. So we are going to write them in standard form. The years have been indicated. So I hope you can even answer the questions, but let me, get them right here. So let's move on. So we have 0.000437. So here we have to move to the right. So let's move. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. So the point should be here. So we're going to get 4.37 times 10. How many times did we move? We moved 4 times. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. And to the right. So we have a negative, exponent. So we have negative 4. So that is it. Let's take this one too. We have to move to the right once again. And that's going to be 1, 2. We have 1.723 times 10 exponent negative 2. The last but one, we have this number, a decimal fraction, which is greater than 1. So here we have to move to the left. So let's move. We have 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be 1.93054 times 10 exponent, 3, because we move 3 times to the left. So that should be a positive, exponent. And the last one, which came in 2020, you have to move 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be 4.382 93 times 10 exponent 3. So that is standard form for you. Very, very simple. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.